Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponderon Weather coming at you with another video. In this update, we're going to be talking about your Thanksgiving week forecast so you can plan ahead and know what to expect. So before I do get started, if you do like weather-related content, please subscribe to my channel as I will upload about 5 videos a week to keep you updated. And I do ask you to share this video with your friends and family on social media. All right, so let's get started. We're going to break it out to here is from Sunday through Saturday. So we're going to kind of delve into a day-by-day basis so you can kind of plan ahead and know what to expect for your upcoming Thanksgiving week. Here, what we're looking at for Sunday, November 22nd, we do have some very warm temperatures for the deep south, getting into Southern California, New Mexico, Arizona, deep into central Texas and the South Texas, as well as much of the southeast. But we do have a little mini cold front coming in that day, bringing some average temperatures, a little bit below average temperatures, starting to funnel into the Dallas-Fort Worth area, getting into the Ohio Valley and creeping up into the northeast as that first mini surge of colder air comes in. But here out ahead of it, we are going to see some much needed rain showers kind of breaking out. It's been very dry in Dallas for you guys. We are going to see some rain with this particular cold front along North Texas, getting into Oklahoma, Missouri, getting into the Ohio Valley, and much of the southeast getting into Florida. We are going to see some overspray from the above average rainfall, and the Caribbean getting into Florida. So now let's kind of move on to Monday, and we are going to see that cold front kind of creep a little bit further down south into southeast Texas, bringing some of those below average temperatures with that rainfall included as that cold front pushes further southeast. And then that spray will push along the northeast coast with some below average temperatures back behind it. And you can see above average temperatures for you guys in Arizona, getting into Colorado and much of the Dakotas by then coming up on Monday. But as we move on to Monday, as far as the precipitation, we can see that cold front pushing from the northwest to the southeast, bringing those rain showers, moving them along through the southeast, and well above up in Canada and the higher elevations, we are going to see some snow breaking out ahead of a stronger cold front. But a lot of the colder air is going to be bottled up well to the north this week with a zonal flow pattern. We are going to see some colder air kind of creeping into the northeast, but a lot of that colder air is going to be bottled up well to the north and not going to be able to penetrate down to the south until possibly later on to beyond Thanksgiving. We'll show you that here in a little bit. But now let's kind of move on to Tuesday. That cold front kind of retreats, and then back behind it, we got the warm air building back again. So we start to see the well above average temperatures starting to creep in much of Texas, bringing 10 to 15 degrees above average temperatures, getting into Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, filtering in and kind of modifying as you push northward into Missouri, into the Ohio Valley. And with that cold front creeping off, pushing off to the southeast, we'll see those below average temperatures still affecting you guys for the northeast with that other cold front. But back behind it, of course, we got a little bit more warmer air back behind it and in the northwest for you guys on Tuesday. But as far as precipitation goes, we are going to see those rain showers kind of stick around for Sunday night, Monday, getting into early portions of Tuesday into Texas. And then we are going to see a little bit stronger cold front move in by that time frame with some little bit Arctic air, bringing some snow to Minnesota, getting into Wisconsin, getting into Michigan by then, with some probably about 2 to 4 inch snow showers into that area, as that colder push will be confined to the northern portions of the U.S. And then we are going to see a little bit stronger cold front moving in from the northwest. We are going to see some snow showers in the higher elevations of the northwest, where they've been really wet with that Pacific flow to the northern portions of the northwest into Washington and to Oregon and northern California. We have seen above average rainfall right along the coast with those systems coming in. But by Wednesday, this is the day before Thanksgiving, we start to see those well above average temperatures kind of taking over as that mini surge of Arctic air kind of pushes off, and it's really starting to be confined to the extreme portions of the Northeast by then. But out ahead of it, much of the country is going to start seeing some well above average temperatures of 10 to 15 degrees for the central and 2/3 of the U.S. And you can see the precipitation by Wednesday with the cooler air, and we do see a well above average rainfall in this area. So I am expecting this week for Thanksgiving week some 2 to 4 inch rain showers. So this colder air with these mini surges of colder air clashing in with the warmer temperatures. We are going to see above average rainfall for a good chunk of this area, from Missouri to Arkansas to Mississippi, getting into Alabama to the Ohio Valley. So I expect this whole swath to kind of be under the gun of maybe 2 to 4 inches of rain all throughout the week of Thanksgiving week. And here it is by actually Thanksgiving. You can see it's pretty warm for a good chunk of the U.S. We're talking 10 to 15 degrees above average in Texas, 5 to 10 degrees above average. So it's been predominantly warm November. We have seen more or less a zonal flow pretty much all November, and a lot of the colder air has just been kind of bottled up and confined well to the north. And we have seen some trying to get some colder shots at time, but there are indications that beyond Thanksgiving that we could see some colder air start to push in from the northwest and try to extend further this time deep into to the southeast as we get beyond Thanksgiving. But for your Thanksgiving day, we are going to see some just leftover showers into Indiana and Ohio, getting into Pennsylvania and Michigan as it pushes off to the southeast. And you can start to see the beginning effects of starting to see a stronger cold front trying to push in from the northwest, and that will try to extend as we get beyond Thanksgiving. But after Thanksgiving, we're still going to be warm, well above average temperatures for much of the south, much of the southeast, a good 10 to 15 degree above average swath from Texas to Maine. So from Thanksgiving to after Thanksgiving, I do see pretty warm temperatures kind of rebounding. But as you can see back behind from the northwest, this colder air is trying to build. And then by that time, we are going to see some, snow showers start to break out in this area with that colder air as we get cold enough to make that transition into snow by then. This is the day after Thanksgiving, getting into Colorado, portions of the Dakotas, trying to creep in down into portions of New Mexico by then. A lot of this will be in the higher elevations, but as the cold air kind of penetrates, it will start creeping in down in places like Denver by the time maybe after, we're talking a week away after Thanksgiving. But yeah, you can see those colder temperatures by Saturday. Of course, this is the 28th, so we're talking 8 days from now. So we are going to be above average temperatures well to the southeast, from Texas to Maine still. But we are going to see a bigger push of colder air trying to push further south and kind of intensifying. So we could see kind of a bullseye where we could start seeing some snow showers starting to break out in the Texas Panhandle by then, and start making a little bit colder push by after Thanksgiving. You can kind of see that kind of breaking out in the Texas Panhandle, getting into portions of Oklahoma and Kansas by then with that colder air. And of course, by then, with it being so warm in Texas, and we start to see a clash and colder air, there are early indications we could even be talking about severe weather by then. There hasn't really been much severe weather in this area, but with the second season, we did see some in Arkansas, and of course up here earlier on last week. But we could start to, there are some indications where Cape values are approaching about 3,000 by then. We could start to see some of those clash and some of those, some thunderstorms and possibly severe weather by then kind of breaking out in this region of the country. But as far as rainfall, you can see for the next, for your Thanksgiving week, I told you this is the kind of a zone right here in the Ohio Valley into Missouri, into much of Illinois, into Indiana and Ohio, creeping into North Texas, and a lot of this is at the end of it. So you have a beginning of a Sunday, Monday, and then at the end after Thanksgiving, this adds to your rainfall for North Texas, but there's a good swath of 2 to 4 inches. You can kind of see in the graphic here on the right of right in the heart of the center of the country, and much of another 1 to 3 inches of rainfall, as some of this will be mixed in with snow for the extreme portions of the Northeast. And you can see the snow by then. If you're talking for your Thanksgiving week, a lot of this is going to be early on. So a good swath of 2 to 4 inches from Minnesota to Wisconsin into Michigan for extreme portions of the Northeast. So into Maine, into Connecticut, and New Hampshire, upper portions of New York, we could see this whole area where we have that Arctic air kind of push in earlier on of the week, before your Thanksgiving week, of a 2 to 4 inch swath of snow. And this would be later on to the week, possibly, kind of after Thanksgiving. A lot of this snow is going to be after Thanksgiving on that stronger push of colder air. And this colder air will try to extend, beyond Thanksgiving. There are indications, I stopped the map here because it ends Thanksgiving week, but towards the end of the month, and as we get into the early part of December, a lot of this colder air will try to push all the way down to the Florida by then from much of the Southeast. So there are indications where we could start to see some little bit colder push by the end of the month, but that is a ways away. But I wanted to give you a heads up for your Thanksgiving week so you can kind of plan ahead and know what to expect. I appreciate you guys watching. Do like this video. Definitely leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch my next video where I protect you before and after the storm.